Hello and welcome to being Miss Diva. I want to talk about fear, how fear can cause you to stop believing in yourself, taking on a whole new character, becoming less and less of the person that you used to be, not standing up for yourself, but believing every negative word that is spoken to you about you. And that's the main reason why I stayed in this relationship. I was very fearful of not knowing what he would do, how he would do it, when he would do whatever he decides that he's going to do to me. So, fear was the main reason why I stayed in this relationship. Fear is the main reason why people, young ladies, a person who's being abused will stay. Even though you're having a hard time, you're crying, you're very sad and lonely. Yes, you're lonely, even though you're with this individual, this man. You're very lonely because you know that you're hurting deep down inside and that you have accepted what he chooses to do to you, when, how, and how often. That's the characteristics of fear. You can't move forward. You're frozen. You sit back and accept everything because you have no self esteem about building yourself up. I'm not, like I always say, I'm not here to bash men, to put men down or anything like that. I'm here to tell you my experience of what I went through as a single young lady in an abusive relationship that didn't know how to get out of it, didn't know who to talk to, what to say, or how to say it. So, my main goal on this podcast is to give my testimony. It may be raw, rough. You may say, I can't believe that, or I'm not here for anybody to feel sorry for me. I'm here to let single women that's in an abusive relationship know what I went through, how I became a survivor, how I got out of it, how I was determined once I got out of it to stay out of it. And I had to learn how to do that. I had to learn how to be independent and build myself up. Even though what he did to me, I still loved him in a sense. I think you would call it a fearful love. I feared but yet loved. I feared and not try to stay gone too long when I did leave. Fear is something that if it's in you, it will literally destroy trust. And the part of me that would trust, believe in myself, was slowly being overtaken by fear. All men are not abusers, and neither are all women abusers. Nobody is born to be an abuser. Nobody. And we're not born to live in fear either. But if you get into a situation and you're in this situation for a while, fear becomes part of your makeup. Fear becomes part of your lifestyle. Fear is something you start eventually to accept and make excuses for it. In the 11 years that I was with this man, my kid's father, it wasn't always bad. Like I said, we had good days. And I was invested in this relationship because I seen good days. I seen where he could be very sweet, very compassionate, very loving, very understanding. I seen days when he would try, he would apologize, he would hold me, he would hug me. So the trust of when he would do this stuff would sometimes outweigh the fear. Because I said, well, it's good. We're going to be okay. I'm going to make it. We're going to make it. You know, he never mistreated my girls. Never, never. He never said anything bad around the girls. He never allowed them to see anything bad that he would say, do to me. He didn't want them to see that. And to me, that was good. So, I didn't want to take them from their father who was loving them, doing things with them, some days helping out with them. Some days we would sit around and watch TV together, play games together. It wasn't always bad. That was the reason that I would stay because it wasn't always bad. But he didn't change. He just wanted to keep me there. And he knew that if he would beat me, sexually abuse me every day, eventually I would run and run and run and not turn around, not look back. So he had to make sure that there were some good days. He had to make sure that he would be careful. So he started cheating on me, seeing other women. And in a sense, at first, it bothered me. I was hurt. I cried. But then I started thinking, if he's with this woman, I'm safe from the sexual abuse, from him being upset. So I didn't care if he went out and spent time with this other woman because I had free time, peaceful times. But if this woman ever did something that he didn't like, he didn't abuse her, he didn't hit her, he didn't do anything to her. He just got upset, came, and I got abused. I got knocked around. I got slapped. I got cussed out. I got told off because of what this woman that he was seeing did. He would come home drunk. And I liked that because when he was drunk, he would fall out. And I would go sleep in the bedroom with the girls, would tell them, I just want to spend time with you today. Daddy said it's okay if I sleep in here. I lied to him. I didn't want to. They didn't see their dad drunk. Mm-mm. They didn't see him sloppy drunk. Mm-mm. I didn't want them to see that. So they didn't. So when, got up the next morning, I would get up before he would get up, and I would, have breakfast ready, you know, had the girls cleaned up. They had their breakfast. I was fixing his breakfast. And he would just look at me in such a disgusting look. But since the girls was out playing around, he didn't do anything. He would leave and go fishing. And I loved that too. When he would leave, I loved that because I knew it was going to be a quiet day, a peaceful day. That is what fear would do. All the times he was gone, I could have left. But every time I left, I would go down to my grandmother's. He knew where I was at. I wasn't really escaping because he knew where I was at. And he knew what to say, what to do, and how to do it. So fear is torment. And fear is the majority. Fear is the true meaning of you staying in the relationship. You're fearful of leaving. You're fearful if you leave, what will happen. You're fearful when you leave and come back, what would happen. So fear has a grip and a hold on you that you don't know what else to do. And that was the biggest thing about me staying away, truly leaving. Fear, fearful, very fearful. So acceptance was part of my outfit also. I accepted everything he wanted to do. I hated it. It hurt. I cried. But I accepted it because I didn't know what else to do. I was fearful if I didn't accept it, what would happen? So everything he did, I accepted it. And that's what happens when you in an abusive relationship. You accept everything the abuser is doing to you because you are fearful of what you may do, or especially what he might do. So I understand. If you say, well, I was afraid, I was fearful. Been there, know what that's all about, know how that feels. When fear grabs a hold of you, it's not going to let you go. It's not going to say, okay, you don't need to fear him anymore. No, it has a hold. And he knows it. It's like the abuser gets happy when they know that you're so afraid of them, but yet you'll you'll stay. You're not too afraid to leave. So they know, if you do go, you're coming right back. And I did that quite often because I didn't know any better. So I understand. When you leave and go back, I understand. You have to learn how to gradually let go of the fear so you can get out of this relationship. And it can happen. You can eventually not fear and decide, I'm gone. So I pray I said something that will help you. Pray that I said something that would encourage you to keep coming back listening. Because my goal is that someone would be set free. Someone be able to say, I understand. I made it out. Thank you. I'm going to continue to listen because I need to know how to stay out. And that's what I'm here for. To uplift you, encourage you, not to down you, not to talk about you, but lift you up. So as always, be blessed and thank you for listening. Have a great day.